Alright guys, so this is everything you will need for your crochet ruffle hat. Put my phone over here. Now this is the main color that I will be using today. This is like a pinkish purple color that I had bought from Hobby Yarn. I had ordered it and they always take about a week to like get to where I'm at. So there's that color, and I also have like my main 2 crochet hooks that I will be using today. The body of the hat will be used with a 4.5 hook, and then the ruffles I used to go up, well, I like to go up like half a size. This is a 5-point hook. You go up any size that you like depending on how big you want your ruffles to be. So that's my 2 crochet hooks. Of course, you're gonna need scissors, and this is like a needle to like weave in the extra yarn that you may have hanging out if you're using more than one color. But I'm gonna make it more easier for y'all in today's video, and we're gonna stick with one solid color so you don't have to overthink things. Okay, so what I like to do is do a magic circle. So what I do is I take the yarn like this, take my 2 fingers, hold it, put it on top like this. So it's like this side like this, just on the opposite side. Then I take my thumb, I hold it down, I wrap it around, and then I make like a X, and then I hold it with my ring finger. So then I take my crochet hook, I put I put it through, I put it under, you see where this part is at? I put it under this part, like through the X. I pull this part through, I wrap it around, and then I pull this part in here, so I have it like this, and then I pull it through like so. Okay, I hope that helped a lot. If not, you can just go back and watch it again. And then what I do next is I chain 2, so it'll be 1, 2. So what I do now is I just put 12 double crochets inside this circle here. This doesn't count as a double crochet. This part does not count as a double crochet. So that's 1, 2, 3, so now let's count just to make sure we have the correct amount of double crochets to start with. So you'll see, remember this in the beginning, we did like the 2 loops in the very beginning. This does not count at the double crochet. This don't really matter. This is like a guide, to be honest. So we have to make sure we have 12 going across for our circle. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's 12 here. Now you can see here this string, we're just going to pull it and it's going to close tight in that circle. And then we're going to take our yarn and put it, don't put it in the 2 loops we had made in the very beginning, because remember those do not matter. We're going to put it through the very first loop. So that would not be this part, not this section here, it will be this section right next to it. And then we're going to just do a single crochet, no, actually do a slip stitch, slip stitch. And then once we do that, we're going to yarn over and pull through 2 times. Okay, so for this round we're going to do 2 double crochets in each loop. So now you have to count and make sure you have 12 going around, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now remember, once we get to the round, I'm going to explain why this does not matter, okay? So we're going to yarn over and put 2 double crochets in each loop that you have, okay? So it's 1, 2. And then you're going to end up with 24 all the way around. Only 24, okay? 22. And then we're going to do our last 2 here, which is going to count as 24. 24. Now I know some people may get confused with this part here, right? You see this like little opening here? It's like right here. Hope the camera's picking that up. Like that part right here. That part does not matter because that just based it off the 2 loops that we have to do for every ending of our round. So what we're going to do is we're going to not pay that any mind and just put our crochet hook in the first double crochet that we had made for the round, the beginning of the round, and then we're just going to do a slip stitch, and then we're going to do 2 loops. Okay, so now the next round is you're going to put 1 double crochet in here and then 2. So it's going to be 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 all the way around. Okay, so it's 1, because remember this does not matter, and then the next loop is 2. All you're doing is building up your hat to your circumference of your head. The next one is 1 and then 2, and then for your last one you should always end off with 2. Every time you complete your round, you're always supposed to end off with 2 for the last like loop that you have, and this is going to be 2. Then we're just going to connect it with the first loop that we have for the round, and then we're going to chain 2. Now this is our 4th round, and it's now going to be 1 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2 all the way around. So it's going to go 1 1 and then 2 in the same loop. One more time. It's going to be 1 1 and then 2 in the same loop. Okay, so once you finish that round, remember that you always have to end off with 2 double crochets at the ending of your round. Alright guys, I am done with my 4th round, I guess you would say. And remember we was doing 1 1 2 1 1 2. Now I have to do my last 2 for this section or round. So I have to put 2, whoops, I have to put 2 double crochets in this section of the last round. And now what we're going to do is we're going to find our first loop that's right next to the 2 loops that we did to start the round, and there you have it. Now we're going to wrap around twice, and that is the ending of the 4th round. Let's get some more yarn out, because you know this yarn like goes really fast. And I'm gonna like point something out to y'all. So if you notice, well, I'm gonna start the round first. So look, now it's going to be 1 2 3 and then 2 double crochets and 1 loop. 1 2 3 and then 2 double crochets and 1 loop. So it's 1 2 3, and now we're going to do 2 double crochets and 1 loop, the same exact loop. I'll do it one more time for y'all. So it's going to be 1 2 3 and then 2 double crochets in the same exact loop, and then your second one. Now if you notice, it's all in the same flow. So you notice how the last round was 1, 2, and then it was a double crochet, and now the next round is 1, 2, 3 double crochets. Now if you notice, the double crochets is in the same order. See, this is a double crochet here, this is a double crochet here, this is another double crochet here, and this is another double crochet here that I just did. No matter how, each time you do a double crochet, it flows with each other in each section. So even if you feel like you're getting lost, or you feel like you did too many single crochets and you have to do a double crochet, just pay attention to the rhythm of the hat that it's doing. You would just have to pay attention to where your double crochets is at. If you lose count, and then you just do your double crochet there, but always make sure you're doing it for the correct round of like the amount of single crochets that you're doing, if you understand what I'm trying to say. So I just did my double crochet. Now it's going to be 1, 2, 3, and then I have to do my double crochet. Now you see, this is the last double crochet I did right here, and then it's also a double crochet right below it, another double crochet right below it, and another double crochet right below it. So it flows within each round that you make for the double crochet. Okay, so I will meet you back once I'm done with this round. Alright guys, I landed at my last 2 double crochets that I have to do for the round, so we're going to do that, and then I'm going to show y'all something really quickly. So that's 2 for the last round. Put in your first loop and then yarn over 2 times. Okay, so if you have like a child or a little girl that you're making a hat for, you're gonna stop here and then you're gonna do your 8 rounds with this size circumference right here. Now as you can see, I had made one for my daughter, so it fits her head perfectly. It looks so adorable on her. I wish I would have taken a picture so I could show y'all, but this is exactly how it's going to come out. Okay, this is exactly how it's going to come out. Now this is a wavy brim, but for once we do our 8 rows, it's gonna be a ruffle hat. But I have made a wavy brim hat for her, and it's the same exact layout, and it came out perfectly for her head size. So this size here is for little girls. Okay, now we're gonna do one more size up for adult head size. So that the next set and the last round that we're gonna do is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 double crochets and 1 loop. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 double crochets in the same loop. Okay, do it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 double crochets in the same loop. Okay, so we're just going to repeat that until we get to the ending of the round with our last the 2 double crochets that we have to do to end off the round. Okay, all right guys, so we are at our last 2 double crochets for the round, and this is our last final round for the hat. I guess for the size of the hat or the length of the hat. And we're just going to chain 2. So I have my measuring tape here to show y'all like the number it comes up to when you're doing a medium-sized hat for adults. It's going to come up to 7 inches. Some people come out to like 6, but mine's come out to 7, depending on if you do loose or tight. It just depends on your hands, but as long as you have 4 and then 2 double crochets, then you're totally fine. Okay, now a larger size would be 5 double crochets and then 2 together. Okay, but this is like the circumference of mostly everybody's head size, and I like to use 4.5 because I feel like if you use 5 for like the brim, the head circumference, then I feel like it's gonna come out way too big in my opinion, because when you first put on the hat, it might loosen up a little bit, but using a 4.5 is still like perfect sizing. And if you was to use a 5 and then you put it on, I feel like it stretches out way too much in my opinion. So when I'm doing double crochet, I only use 4.5, but when I'm doing half double crochet, I use a 5 because it's a smaller stitch, and I just like the way it comes out. So when I do my checkered hats, I do a half double crochet using a 5 hook because it comes out so perfect. When I do double crochet in hats, I do a 4.5 all of the time. Okay, so now the rounds part. So now we're going to create 8 rounds with no double crochet at all, no increasing at all. You're just going to double crochet in the round 8 times. So I'm going to do one round with y'all, and y'all can get the flow of it once I complete this round for y'all. So you don't even have to think about it too much. You just have to make sure you're doing 8 rounds only, no more and no less. Okay, so what we're going to do is just do double crochets all around, only single double crochets in each loop. We are done with increasing. Okay, we are done with increasing for our hats. I'm going to meet y'all once I am done. Alright, so we are at our last double crochet for the round. I always like to do this together with y'all so you have a clear vision of like what's the ending point. So we're gonna put our hook in the first crochet, double crochet of the round, and then we're just gonna loop 2. Now, as you can see, it's like curving up on its own, and we have completed the first round of the double crochet with no increasing. So what I like to do is I like to get one of my markers. I was so determined to get that one. I don't know, I'm so funny like that. So what I like to do is I just like to put it in the back here so I remember, okay, this is the first double crochet that I did, the first round. So now we're going to do 7 more rounds for the double crochet, and then it's just going to build up into the correct hat length for your head. Alright guys, we have completed the 8 rounds for this hat and the length of it for the popular head size for everyone. Now we're going to start off with the ruffles. Now I'm going to show you three different ways you can do your ruffles depending on which one you like the best. And I'm going to put up pictures so y'all can see it. So we're just going to connect it, chain 2. So one way a ruffle is done is people put 2 double crochets, 2 double crochets all the way around for like 2 to 3 rounds. People also do three double crochets all the way around for 3 rounds exactly. And another one is people do the treble. So what you're going to do is you're going to wrap around twice. You're going to insert your hook, pull over, you're going to wrap around, pull through 2, wrap around again, pull through 2, and then for the last time, which is the 3rd time, you're going to wrap around again and pull through 2. You're going to do that 3 times in each section, probably for like 2 rounds, because the treble is much more bigger than your basic double crochet, right? So as you can see by the pictures, exactly how they look. I like the double crochet look, but you can do treble 3 times in each loop, or you could do double crochet 3 times, or you could do double crochet 2 times, depending on the look that you want to go for and how your ruffles will like, or how you want your ruffles to look. So I'm going to do 3 double crochets because I love that look. I know it takes a long time and I know people don't really like that, but I like it in the end. It is a lot of work, but it's so worth it in the end, in my opinion. So I'm going to put up another picture of how the 3 double crochets looks for 3 rounds, and y'all just decide on which one y'all like best. I am doing the 3 double crochets in 1 loop for 3 rounds. Alright guys, I wanted to show you where I'm at so far. This is the second round of the ruffles here, and this is the first round. You can tell there's already a big difference between the two. So I'm just going to continue until I get to, this is the ending point. This is I'm almost there. Alright guys, so this is the final results of the hat. Now this is 3 rows of 3 double crochets and 1 hole. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next one.